Hello!
Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of Leyline High Rewind. I know, 6 already.
I know, well, that's one bigger than 5, isn't it?
I'm Gemma Arrowsmith.
I'm Thomas Nelstrop. And where's Susan? Where is Susan?
She? Susan's going to be joining us later. She is currently up at the Edinburgh Festival. And
well, she's on her way back now.
She's on her way back now.
She's on the train, isn't she?
She's on the train, and she's going to be filling us in on all the sort of Leyline High related shows that are up there this year.
Because we've all been away for the summer, haven't we?
We have.
Where did you go, listeners? Oh,
Good.
that's nice.
Pretty
isn't it?
nice.
Yeah. Did you? What did you get
Been
up to,
listeners? Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
And did you have good weather while you were there? Great. Yeah, it's nice to get away, isn't it?
And did you do the thing? I can't think of anything. Did you do the thing with the bikes, like you said you were going to do? Brilliant.
So Susan will be joining us in a little bit, telling us about what's been going on, all the Leyline High related things up at the Edinburgh Fringe this year. But we've been doing a bunch of stuff this summer, haven't we? But you've been getting in touch with us, listeners. Thank you so much for doing that. Do continue to do so. We've had loads of emails
and real mails.
Yeah. So let's have a look at one we've got here. And do keep them coming in. You can email us leylinehighrewind@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram and Bluesky. Do get in touch with your memories of Leyline High. Okay, this first one is from someone called Bobby. They've emailed us. Do you want to read part of this?
Yes, I'll read this one out. Thank you, Bobby. Hi, everyone. A word.
Nice.
Brilliant start. Nice homage to Mr. Talbot there. I've just found your show and I couldn't believe my ears. It brought back so many memories. I had no idea it was so popular in the UK. Oh, interesting. I'm from the US. Growing up, Leyline High, Lay High, as my best friend Nat used to call it, wasn't on any of the typical channels except for random episodes on Sunday mornings on PBS. I would watch it at any time it was on, as long as I could get the bunny ears on the TV in the right position. I remember that. My favourite episode is one that I remember from beginning to end. It's called Rodney's Rough Day. You might remember it. Of course we do.
Yeah, it's a good
one. The annoying kid Rodney apparently went too far picking on Charlie, so Charlie performed a curse on Rodney, classic, when she should have been in gym class. And Rodney wakes up the next day as a mangy brown dog.
Yes.
I remember this one. There's that great scene where Rodney needs to pee and the headmaster makes him go outside. He ends up peeing on the slide in the playground just as the bratty rich kid, Jessica, slides down. Hilarious. Do you remember that?
I remember that. Leyline High loves a good episode where someone turns into an animal, right? There was the one where Katie turns into the hamster and then gets adopted as the class hamster. And of course the one where, was it the character Cynthia who becomes a hellcat?
Did they go through all the animals? Were any animals that they didn't go through? Did they ever have a hell horse?
Well, it's. I think it's more what could the Leyline High budget stretch to. So I imagine there weren't any sort of hell giraffes, but that was probably budgetary reasons.
Oh, there's an extra bit at the end. By the way, did you know that NBC tried to recreate Lay High for a US audience back in the noughties?
2000s.
They took a lot of the earlier episodes and remade them. I didn't know that. I remember seeing the one with the Doppelmasters, but instead of using extras, they tried to use CGI, and it's terrible. I think it was called Crucible High. Wow, Crucible High. We should look that up.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work and don't open a hell mouth. Don't open a hell mouth.
Okay, so Crucible High viewers, what's it like? Tell us. Send us some links and then we can maybe watch it. I'd love to know more about that. Thank you so much, Bobby, for sending that email. We've had a bunch of emails come in and we will be reading them in future episodes. But please do get in touch with your favourite episodes of Leyline High. We love getting emails like that, don't we?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we're talking about an infamous section of an episode, aren't we? Not a whole episode, but we thought as it's sort of back to school time and you're seeing all of those signs up in supermarkets that say back to school that make you feel sick because it make you think about, I've got to get new stationery and a new uniform.
Got to get my protractor.
Awful.
My set square.
God.
All those bloody angles.
We thought we'd do a sort of back to school special, and there is a sort of infamous back to school episode, isn't there, with this ridiculous shot?
Yeah, because it's sort of made cinematic history, hasn't it?
Cinematic history.
It's basically a one-shot back in the 80s.
That's right.
Before one-shots were... Well, I mean, one-shots were a kind of thing in films, though, but not in a kids show.
Kids show, TV. Yeah, no. And it was basically this ludicrously ambitious shot, which opened a season back in 1983. And it was a new, exciting young director who had started on Leyline High and wanted to make his mark. And so he decided it was going to be this really, really long tracking shot.
Tony Parkin was his name.
Tony Parkin. And he basically ended up blowing almost the entire season's budget on this one shot.
It's not really the sort of show you want to do.
No.
You want to experiment with something like that, right? A one shot it needs to be carefully crafted, and this is the sort of thing you need to bang out quite quickly. Right?
Get on with it. So it's super ambitious. It follows one student from her house as she walks into school, but there's all this sort of overambitious stuff, like skateboards come in, and the story goes that it took weeks and weeks to get it right. Took so much of the entire season's
I can't imagine
budget.
how many takes this would have been.
And then he was called in the next day after it was finished and fired. That's what the story is, that he was fired the next day. And if you look him up on IMDb, it's still his only credit.
Yeah, and there's a few mistakes in there, but we'll leave you, the discerning viewer, to spot those. Maybe we'll chat about a few of them. Let's play it.
Now, Debbie, it's the first day of a new school year. No messing around this year, okay? And hurry up, you don't want to be late.
Ugh, Dad, it's school, so I definitely want to be as late as possible.
Sandwiches.
Ugh, almost forgot.
And try not to become a vassal for the undead this year.
Yes, Dad.
Hey, Debbie. Nice wall you've got there.
Hi, Christopher.
You, walking to school?
Yeah, Dad's got me wearing this amulet to ward off evil spirits. He's convinced I'm going to be transformed into a hell beast again. Just got to keep my head down this year.
I don't think that'll be a problem. That amulet looks heavy.
I wonder what this year has in store for us.
I wonder what this year has in store for all of them, really.
Yeah. And it's an amazing year, this one, because we've got, I think this is the year that Mr. Talbot's ex-wife turns into a Hellion at one point, and he's and actually I think this is also the year of the multiple headmasters episode. So it was quite a big year. It was riding high in 83.
And that amulet does look heavy. It's just to describe it, it's this big sort of gold thing, but it's like quite old looking, so it's quite rusty, and it has these massive gems in it. So it does look very out of place, her carrying that, and she is sort of stooping her neck a little bit.
Yeah, and the actress who played Debbie later said that amulet had like actual lead in it.
She had to visit her doctor a few times.
It was literally poisoning her.
It was poisoning her, yeah.
All right, Debbie.
All right, Rick. Nice goal.
Yeah, it was all right. All right, Christopher. All right, Rick. All right.
I hope you two are going to get on this term.
Maybe. Who knows? Better get back to it.
You'll be late for school.
School's for squares. And he's running down the left wing. He shoots. He scores! I don't know what you see in him.
He's just really fit.
Fit? Like healthy?
Sure. Oh, a fairground in front of the school gates. That's all I need.
Can we just stop? Because they've got an actual fairground
An actual
in this.
fairground, like why as well? And it's also not really utilised. It's like that he was just trying to spend money.
I wonder if there was a fairground there already, but then it just doesn't make sense.
Makes sense.
Roll up for the Hellscraper 3000. It's the ride of a lifetime.
No thanks. Oh look, it's your sister.
Leave him alone, Grabber. It's the first day back. You'll have plenty of time to bully the first years later.
He looked at me like he thought my uniform was dirty, so I put him in the bin.
Your uniform is dirty.
Only because I haven't washed it. Nice amulet.
Hi, Jennifer. Keeping the boys in check as usual?
Yeah, what are we like? Oh, whose dog is this?
A dog.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Oh, I see. So they're talking about the fair. It's a very on the nose pun, isn't it?
It's a pun on the word fair, yeah. We should talk a little bit about Grabber, because Grabber is such a good school bully character, isn't he?
He's played by a much older actor, right?
Yeah.
He seems to be in his 30s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think like late 20s at the very youngest.
Yeah.
And his signature move, Grabber, you might remember Grabber, write in if you do. His signature move was putting people in bins, right? It was it felt like every episode, and they'd be upside down with their legs sticking out, putting people in the bin. Like in the bin you go, and actually you'd feel quite shortchanged as a viewer if an episode went by and Grabber hadn't put someone in a bin.
Yeah, I think by the end of it, they were showing sort of legs hanging out of bins, and that was it. It was like, oh, Grabber's bin here.
Grabber's bin here.
But if you listened to last episode, listeners, then you would have heard the song that he sings, which is something to behold, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm amazed that of all of the characters on Leyline High, it was Grabber that had a sort of breakout pop success.
Well, was it breakout?
More on that later. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Ah, the school gates. I'll catch you guys later. I've got some business to attend to.
No running in the playground.
What about skateboards, sir? You didn't say nothing about skateboards.
I have to check with the school governors. What in the blazes? Somebody tell me the name of the student driving this abomination.
Good morning, Mr. Talbot.
Oh, nice Ford Fiesta, miss.
Thanks. 1300cc Kent Crossflow engine, a light, lively drive, great performance for its compact size.
Honestly.
Morning, sir. Go anywhere nice for your holes? He just stays here in the school during the holidays, don't you, Mr. Talbot?
That was a one-time... Look, I'm not discussing this in front of the pupils. And as for you, Debbie, take off that amulet.
No jewellery allowed in the school. Remember, it's a new you, so don't expect this year to go any easier on me.
So, so that is amazing.
Now, you might, eagle-eared listeners might have noticed a massive error in that last line.
Remember, it's a new you, so don't expect this year to go any easier on me.
So let's take apart what he said. He said, "Remember, it's a new you, so don't expect this."
Remember, it's a new you, so don't expect this year to go any easier on me.
Expect this year to go any easier on me.
What I love about that is it doesn't make any sense, and it's clearly the last line of this really long tracking shot, so they just had to leave it in. So I think the line is supposed to be, and this is on the forums as well, there's loads of chat on the forums about what he was meant to say. So I think it's a new year, so don't expect me to go any easier on you, is I think what he was meant to say.
It's a new you.
But let's just play that again. What did he actually say?
Remember, it's a new you, so don't expect this year to go any easier on me.
Remember, it's a new you, so don't expect this year to go any easier on me. Is it? It's playing. I mean, back in the day, you wouldn't have been able. That would have just flashed by, wouldn't it? You wouldn't have been able to rewind that and
exactly.
You wouldn't have Leyline High Rewind that, would you?
This wasn't intended for YouTube. No, so this wasn't intended for us to scrutinise it on clips on YouTube like we do.
I wonder if he really was annoyed by that, or that he just move on. And I wonder if this being on YouTube for everyone to see would have annoyed him.
I think it would have pushed him over the edge if he knew that we were scrutinising it like this. But do you have a favourite kind of back to school episode of Leyline High? There have been some really good ones, so write in with your favourites. Leyline High Rewind at gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram and also on Bluesky. Do get in touch.
Do you remember that one where the kid was dropped off by that limo and it ended up that it was Arrowsmith?
Oh yeah, in the 90s. Yeah, in the early 90s.
Am I just making that up?
No, I mean they loved a special guest, so they used to the writers would plunder every kind of connection they possibly could. So, there was the episode with we had the ghost of Kurt Cobain.
Well, was that a real cameo?
Well, yeah, good point. All of the greats. Russ Abbott.
Yeah, Russ Abbott. What?
Russ Abbott and Bella Emberg were on it.
Yeah, they were both in it. Elton John was in it.
Elton John. Some minor members of the royal family popped up. Fergie did an episode, which was quite a coup. I remember, but then there was also, Brian Connolly, all the greats.
I remember when Slade did their concert for them. When they did the prom.
Yes.
And Slade were playing.
Yeah.
Do you know what they were singing?
What were
I wish it could be Christmas every day. It wasn't even Christmas that day, but I guess that's the point of the song, isn't it?
Yeah, that you can sing it at any time of year in June because it's Christmas every day.
Yeah, it was their summer ball and they were singing I wish it could be Christmas every day, which is a valid wish.
Yeah.
If it's June and it's not Christmas, then you must be yearning for Christmas more than anything.
Of course, that also prompted a really good episode of Leyline High where it became perpetual winter. And it was, I think it was something like the Slade song became a sort of incantation which sort of cast a pall over the whole world, and it became a perpetual winter. And it was only when they
they were queuing for rulers and
that's right.
pencils and stuff.
That's right. And it was only when they got the band Wizard sing the counter incantation that they were brought out of the perpetual winter. It's a really good episode, actually.
Crazy now to recollect it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Anyway, I'll be talking about music in just 1 second.
Yeah.
But, Gemma, you've found an amazing game.
Yeah, so you might have played this at school, listeners. Let us know if you did. But there were some Leyline High Top Trumps cards produced.
Amazing.
I've got it here. I've got a Leyline High Top Trumps deck, which I got from a second-hand place. And look, it looks pretty good.
Did you just open those up, though? Were they sealed?
I did, unfortunately. Yeah, so they're looking really nice. They're absolutely brand spanking new. They look good, don't they? And these were produced in the early 90s. So it's got characters. I'm just flicking through it now. It's got characters from the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s. And we're going to play a game.
That's the Waddington's edition,
That's right.
if I'm correct.
Yeah, yes, it is. And we're going to play a game now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Are you going to shuffle them like that?
Yeah.
Because mathematically, that's not going to be shuffled by the time you finish.
Right. Oh, I see.
You've got to riffle them.
I will.
But then if you riffle them, then it messes the cards up. So.
Well, I'm going to riffle them. Here we go. All right.
Lovely riffle shuffle there. Have you worked in a casino, Gemma?
I have not. Maybe I should, though. Okay, here's your cards. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I've got some good ones here.
Yeah, me too.
I've got some not so good ones as well. But you go first. You go first.
All right. Okay. Well, obviously he's a favourite of mine, so I'm going to play Tommy Pickles.
Oh, little Tommy Pickles.
Listeners will know he's the Victorian boy who fell through a fountain. There are quite a few Victorian boys, but this is, I think, my favourite one. Tommy
the OG. Pickles.
The OG. So let's have a look at this card. This lovely. They're nicely preserved, right? I found this in a second-hand shop. So this is the top quote. They have a quote. Each character has a quote, and it says, "Cool. We didn't have none of this in my day." That's his quote.
Excellent. We should go through. The rules of Top Trumps is you choose one of the stats.
You choose one of the stats. Okay.
We've got lessons, presentability, and punctuality. Sportiness. Fear factor, and then my favourite, paranormal susceptibility.
I think this is good, man. I think this is good. So
you choose one, and then
right.
I've got to. I think I pick a card first. I pick a card first.
Well, obviously,
and then you say what you're.
I'm going to play his presentability and punctuality, which is really high. It's 98.
Whoa.
So you're going to struggle to beat that.
I've got Mrs. Bolton, and that my presentability and punctuality is 32. So. But I'm gonna do a quote. Let me see if I can do Mrs. Bolton's voice. Show me a ghost, and I can't do the voice. And I'll show you a ghost that has had its face punched in. That's an excellent quote.
Good quote.
So Mrs. Bolton's thing, right, was that she was really down to earth, and she didn't believe any of these stories were going on. So there's a lot of times where like the kids would run to her for help, and she would just deny that any of it was true.
Shut up! Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good impression.
She's really down to earth. Doesn't believe in any of that. The sort of the paranormalness seems to sort of miss her always, which was a fun idea for a character, but she doesn't believe any of it. It's really nice.
Well, you've won that one, so you get to
I go again.
You get to call the next one.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, Miss McMaynard, a character I love. The deputy head.
Got all the good ones.
A top quote, it says, is that gum or ectoplasm? I actually don't remember what episode that's from, but it's a good quote.
Your impressions are scarily good.
Okay, and I will play, this is interesting, I'm going to play her sportiness, which is a 78. Now, you wouldn't think she'd be sporty, but she does coach the hockey team. That's true. And there's an episode, isn't there, where the hockey sticks get haunted and come alive and like sort of turn into snakes. So that's probably why I remember it. Jolly hockey sticks. And so that's what I'm going to play, Miss McMaynard.
So you got a sportiness of 78.
Yeah.
Oh, I've played Marcus Squinge.
Who's he?
Who's Marcus Squinge?
Marcus
well,
Squinge?
this is Snotty Kid. This is a photo of the Snotty Kid. Look at that.
Was his name?
I didn't know.
I literally thought the character was called Snotty Kid. I can't believe he had a name.
Yeah, so did I. Maybe they gave him a name.
Maybe they gave him a name just for the top trumps. They had to come
Top
up
quote.
with it.
Everything's going off now. Everything must have been going off when he said that. Everything's going off now. You picked sportiness, didn't you? Well, my sportiness is 19, so...
Yeah, I mean, you were never going to win on sportiness with
No.
with Snotty Kid, unfortunately. All right.
Presentability and punctuality, 74. That's crazy. I don't know who designed this game, but that is... He was snotty, for
he was
God's
snotty.
sake. He had snot all over him. I don't
That's
know
a
how
rough
he would have
one.
presentable.
That's a rough
That's
one
rough.
for you. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to play Normal Debbie.
Normal Debbie.
Yeah. I'm going to play Normal,
I see.
Normal Debbie.
Well, I'm going to play this one, and we'll see why
Right.
your card was called Normal Debbie.
Normal Debbie has a sportiness of 76. So, Normal Debbie.
I've already picked Hellbeast Debbie, which makes sense now that there's the Normal Debbie and a Hellbeast Debbie. So
Debbies.
this is transformed Debbie. This is a bit like
Yeah.
Tekken 4. My top quote is Gnarf, grar.
Yeah, good. And
Yeah.
Normal Debbie's top quote is, quick, turn off the Bunsen burners. She was very
Classic.
sensible. She was very sensible.
She was. What did you pick?
I picked sportiness, which was 76.
Oh, well, I'm 81. Boom.
Yeah, so you've won.
Boomtown.
You've won that, which is fair
Oh,
enough.
it's my go now. I'm going to pick Sir Moribund, which is very obscure. It was in one
Oh
episode
my God, yeah.
for a very, very short amount of time. Top quote, my sword is my oath is my word, and my word is my sword. He could just carry on saying that, couldn't he?
Okay.
I'm going to pick presentability, punctuality, 85.
Okay. It's Mr. Talbot.
Nice.
Of course it is. But we have a tie because his presentability and punctuality is
Oh.
also 85. I'm surprised his punctuality is as low as 85, Mr. Talbot.
Mr. Talbot must be good at stuff, right?
Yeah, what I love is his fear factor is 100. He's not... Think of all of the supernatural stuff that goes on in Leyline High.
Yeah.
Even
Well, my
Hellbeast...
Hellbeast Debbie was like 97.
Lower. Yes, he's 100. It's the maximum number. He's the scariest character.
Okay, so there is a tie. We're going to have to, like, sudden death, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
okay.
have picked Grabber.
Ooh, good one.
Top quote. Better watch out or I'll pop you in a bin.
Of course.
Of course. We talked about that. Oh, no. This isn't looking good. My highest stat is fear factor, and that is 62.
So I've got Jared Begattini.
Ooh.
Jared.
He can't have a big fear factor.
He has
can't.
got a fear factor. He's got a fear factor of 53.
Yes!
So you've won that.
53. Aww. But he did get higher in the charts, I think.
Did
When he
he?
brought his song out. I think
Did
so.
he? Well, you'll be able to tell us
We'll
about
talk
that.
about that. Yeah, I'll tell you about that. I've got all the stats. Love stats, me. And that is a stat-heavy game.
Is that? So, did you used to play the Leyline High Top Trumps? Do you have a copy? Do you have a deck of the Top Trumps, Leyline High Top Trumps cards somewhere? Let us know. Did you have a favourite card that you always played? Let us know. It's these are quite well preserved, these cards, aren't they?
Jemmy, put them back in the shrink wrap quick,
Yeah, I
because
should,
that
shouldn't
might
I?
be worth something.
You're right,
Just lost
you're right.
90% of his value by cracking them out and playing.
True.
Well, this is interesting because we've both been in Doctor Who, haven't we, Gemma?
Yeah, you were in maybe the best episode of Doctor Who of all time.
Blink. What were you in Doctor Who?
I was in...
Who were you in Doctor Who?
I played...
Now, what is a valid question?
What is a valid question? No, I was a human. I was the social worker for the Sunday family. I brought the baby in Shooty's first full episode. So
You were great. And what was your character's name?
she was called Ruth Lyons. So she did have a first and last name.
You were really good.
And what was your character's full name?
I had first and last name too.
Yeah.
I was Ben Wainwright.
Good.
And I was the farmer that the Weeping Angels would send their victims back to
Hull.
Back to Hull.
You were in Hull.
You were in Hull. But not only was I in Hull, I also had a top trump.
That's
and that's
very
what
cool.
reminded me of this. And I was because I was just a farmer, and I was up against Cybermen and things like that. I probably was a losing card. I'm just guessing.
You've got to get a copy of your top trump card, surely, and frame it.
I think I've got it somewhere.
Have you?
I do have it there, but what I do remember is my stats were very low.
Okay, so for this back to school special, I've been looking at various Leyline High annuals through the years, and one of the things that we all love, like the Leyline High annual was like a must-buy item. It came out for
absolutely.
years and years. It would often sell out, so they became like these really exclusive things that you'd swap around in the playground. And as well as it had comic strips in it, and it had those photo comics. Remember those?
Oh yes.
Do you remember those? And they have actors from Leyline High just sort of posed to do a comic strip. There was a brilliant one in 93 where Baz had a crush on a ghost and fell through her when they were trying to French kiss, and that was a famous one of these photo comics.
And the bubble says, "I really fell for you there."
That's right.
Because that's a big meme, isn't it?
That's
at the
a
moment?
that got memed all over the place. Yeah. Well, as well as all of those comic strips that we remember, there were also usually a couple of short stories in every edition, and they were so popular, those short stories, that Target Books collected them together into various collections called Tales from Leyline High, and I think every school library had some of those. I remember I
remember some of those.
Yeah, we had this really dog-eared copy of Leyline High, Tales from Leyline High, Volume 4, and there was a story in it which I loved called Classroom X. And there was the story was there was this new girl, Tasha, and she can see, as they're going down the corridor, she's kind of finding her feet in this new school, Leyline High, but she can seem to see a classroom door that no one else can see. And it's labelled Classroom X. And she goes inside and she finds herself in this alternate dimension. And what I love is it's exactly the same as this dimension, except for two things. Everyone has a side ponytail,
Right.
and Britain is a fascist state. Those are the two differences. And the whole thing like escalates until she finally sees Mr. Talbot with a side ponytail, and that's too much, and so she runs back to our
Yeah.
dimension. It was a really good, Classroom X. Do you remember that? Spooky.
Got shivers up my spine
know.
thinking about that. There was a book that I remember of like at Leyline High, and they had pictures in them, didn't they?
Sometimes, yeah, and they were really beautiful pictures.
Yeah, there's a picture in the middle that I couldn't look at. I would open. I was,
Yeah.
Can't look at that. But I will look at it. But
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah. Now I wonder whether that was from, because as well as the Tales from Leyline High, which came from the annuals, there were also loads of original short story collections called Spooky Stories from Leyline High, and it says on Wikipedia that there were over 400 volumes. That's a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot.
That's a lot of stories. Maybe it was one of those. So did you have any of those in your library, listeners? Let us know. And then finally, there was one. Leyline High was cancelled. We all know it was very sadly it was cancelled in 2002. But then there were the Virgin New Adventures books, which continued Leyline High into the noughties and the 2010s. And so we saw stories like Information Superhighway to Hell, which is a very cumbersome title, which was about a girl, Susie, being sucked into YouTube which was like quite new, being sucked into YouTube by this entity called the algorithm. So did you used to read those?
Quite sophisticated, isn't it?
It's quite good, isn't it? So yeah, did you used to read any of those? There were tales from Leyline High, there were the spooky stories from Leyline High, and then there were the Virgin New Adventures books. Let us know. And we were also thinking of reading one of these for our Halloween episode, weren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think we should get the campfire going. Or at least have some campfire SFX in the background.
Yes, playing as a sound bed underneath.
And maybe Slade singing about how they wish it was Christmas.
No, it's an incantation. Okay, yeah. So we'll read one of these from there's a really good one called Tuck Shop Horror from one of the annuals, which we'll read in a future episode. But in the annual that I've got here, there's a section which you've been sort of investigating, haven't you, Tom?
Yes.
Which is about the pop careers of various Leyline High actors.
Of various Leyline High actors, or give it its proper name. Oh, that's what I call Leyline High music. No, that wasn't that snappy, was it? So I've got a bunch of Leyline High songs that the cast of Leyline High have performed, and I've got a few stats for you. Of course, there's the Don't Raise the Dead, which is the cast of Leyline High, obviously their big kind of charity record, and that was 1987. That got up as high as number 3.
Right.
Spirit in the Sky was number 1 at the time. Do you remember that? Going
Yeah,
up
of
to
course.
Spirit in the Sky.
Spirit in the Sky, yeah.
Also Paranormal, feels like, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it was in the ether, but it
Yeah.
kept them off the number 1 spot. What a
Kept them
shame.
off the number 1 spot. And then you've got Russell Taylor, who was Jared Bagattini. Wanna Love
Yeah.
You Girl, Wanna Love You Girl. That was in 1997. Aqua, Barbie Girl was at number 1 at the time. So there was room for novelty songs, just not for Russell. And then we had Pop You in a Bin, which is Jonathan Reeves, also plays Grabber in his 30s, I'm sure. This was in March 1989, and Jason Donovan, Too Many Broken Hearts was number 1, and that kind of proves that TV stars could sell records.
If they were good.
But his song, crucially, only got to 105. And
So it wasn't like Jason Donovan was on his own keeping Jonathan off the top spot.
No, it wasn't. It was like he was fending off. Get off, Jonathan, get off.
There were another 100 artists between
Yeah.
him and Jonathan.
Wanna Love You Girl, I don't know if I mentioned, but it got to number 46, so not quite into the top
Right.
40s. But do you know what the best song from Leyline High, well, the one that
As
did
in,
the
like,
best, the one that
one that got the
performed,
highest?
that went the highest
Okay.
in the charts.
I don't. I would have thought until now it was Don't Raise the Dead.
So this is going to surprise you. Arthur Lately and Jane Dougal, of course, played Mr. Talbot and Miss Maynard. In 1976, they did a duet. I don't know why this doesn't get played these days. Maybe because it's sort of old-fashioned in its sensibilities, but it was called
Right.
I Strolled By on the Promenade. This song spent a few weeks at number 2 before knocking off Don't Go Breaking My Heart by Elton John and Kiki D off number 1, and it remained at number 1 for 12 weeks.
Can we play it?
Yeah, we can play it. I found it. We can play it right
Let's play
now.
it now.
I strolled by on the promenade when I saw you sitting there.
You're way beyond compare.
As I strolled by on the promenade, I saw the way you done a smile.
And it made it all worthwhile.
Well,
You've got
something that I like. Well, you make a girl look twice, 'cause your posture's very nice. I've got something that you like. It's the pleasure of my company.
Hello.
Isn't that great?
I love that. I love that.
It's very old-fashioned, though, isn't it? It's sort of like
It's
quite
very
genteel.
old-fashioned, and I think that's probably why it doesn't get played anywhere
Anymore.
near as much as Don't Raise the Dead, because you
Yeah.
hear Don't Raise the Dead all
All the
over the place
time,
still,
yeah,
and sometimes it's sampled in other songs, isn't it?
I love that.
Yeah, and
that's the sort of catch, isn't it? They sort of sound like this sort of musical monkeys or something.
it's like you're getting into a really hot bath.
Yeah. That's what. If there was a metaphor for this song, it would be like every sentence is like getting into a hot bath. And phrases like "way beyond compare" and the cut of your jib and all that sort of stuff.
Did Arthur Lately want a pop career? So was this spearheaded by him, or was he sort of forced into it?
Ways, couldn't it? I mean, it could have been either, couldn't it?
I think he's definitely a man that was had a sensible sort of financial head on his shoulders, and so he knew. I think it pained him that Mr. Talbot was his biggest role and the one that he'd be remembered for, but at the same time, he knew how to milk it for all it was worth.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he'd gone. And it's not their
actors' names in this; it's the characters' names. I strolled by on the promenade, Mr. Talbot and Miss McMaynard.
Right. What's interesting is there was never a romance between those two characters in the show.
Maybe in a sort of parallel universe. Maybe what they've done is they've introduced an extended universe to this, to Leyline High in this one song, haven't they?
They have, and also what I love about this is there's nothing supernatural or spooky in this song. Nothing.
Unless it's a dream, unless it's a weird dream. But dreams aren't supernatural, are they? It's just dreams.
Did listeners, do you remember this? Was there ever... this was never used in the show, was it? I don't remember it ever being in the show, but perhaps I'm misremembering. Let us know if you can remember whether I Strolled By on the Promenade ever featured in the actual show itself. If they're using the names of the characters, they must have had the blessing of the producers and the creators, right? Interesting. And also, if there are any... It is catchy. You will be singing it. If there's any songs that we've missed, perhaps from the later run, so maybe there's someone from sort of 2002 that we don't know about. Do let us know.
Because I was,
do let us know.
Going to university at that point.
Stuff like that.
Didn't have time to watch TV.
Live my life.
Unless, apart from when I was really hungover, I probably did watch Leyline High back in.
Oh, Susan! Susan's here.
Susan's here.
Oh, you've made it from the train. Brilliant.
How are you?
Hi, it's good to be back.
Have you got the Edinburgh Lurgy?
I have got the Edinburgh Lurgy. Just it wouldn't be tradition without having a little touch of the old Edinburgh sore throat.
Well, you were missed.
Yeah, but it was worth it. I saw loads of good stuff, and you were pleased to know I saw a couple of very interesting Leyline High themed fringe shows.
Ooh.
There's always a couple of Leyline High themed fringe shows, aren't there? So which ones were up there this year?
Okay, so there was Leyline High the musical. Now, obviously, last year there was already Leyline High the musical, but this was Leyline High the musical !
Two.
So it was a different company. It was good. It was basically the story of Mr. Talbot. He was the protagonist, and and like played.
Who played Mr. Talbot? What sort of age groups are we talking about?
Well, thanks for asking. This is it because they were a university group, so it was that brilliant thing where someone much too young and baby faced sort of greys up and tries to play older. I think he was about 18. To be fair, he had a really good voice.
Did he have talcum powder in his hair and drawn on lines with mascara pencils?
Yeah, yes. Every time someone slapped him on the back, you could see a little puff of talcum powder. But yeah, it was so great. It was like just really, really fun, and some of the audience dressed up in ties and stuff, which was actually really cool. I didn't. I stupidly didn't bring it with
I mean,
me.
why would you? I would be taking up capacity from your suitcase.
Yeah.
For the month.
Exactly.
So I understand that. You're forgiven.
Thank you. Actually, Gemma, you'll be pleased to know as well, there was a little moment with the Victorian ghost in the musical, and it was like genuinely beautiful. It was at the sort of low point where Mr. Talbot had been sort of like deserted by his colleagues, and the kids had literally turned their backs on him, and then
because of his questionable teaching practices.
Yeah,
just a guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of his uncontrollable anger, yeah. Okay, the other thing I saw was Leyline High Improv. It was,
Ooh.
oh God, it was.
Love a bit of improv.
I normally love a bit of improv, but this was not good. They were talking all over each other. They were just totally ignoring the suggestions. And
That's what you want to do in improv, right?
yeah, exactly. Just ignore all the offers. I actually couldn't decide whether I felt angry or bored. It was one of those, do you know what I mean? When you're sitting there and you're like...
Yeah, bangry.
But yes, exactly.
That
I felt
should be there.
bangry. And there was a lot of talking over each other. And also, you know how Leyline High is so like supernatural and fantastical?
Yeah.
So for me, that would be a brilliant opportunity to be like really physical, like maybe have multiple people playing one monster or whatever. There was none of that. They just stood there completely still in voices which were a little bit too quiet and just talked to each other. And yeah.
I'm just looking through the Fringe guides here.
Yeah.
Is it the one? It was right. Was it the one that was on the free Fringe at Cannon's Gate at 7:35 in the morning?
Yep.
That's early.
That's a rough slot. In fairness to them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd hate to be bangry at
Exactly.
7:35 in the morning. That's not an emotion you want in the morning.
And also, like, early for them, but also, to be fair, early for the audience.
Early for the audience.
It was bleak.
But Susan, in the programme it says it's a wacky, wonderful delve into the show.
I mean, that should have been the warning, really, shouldn't it?
But Susan, this is not the only Leyline High news that you have.
Oh my God, no,
so
you're right.
You text me in the middle of the Fringe, and we've got a bit of an exclusive, haven't we? And
Yes.
I was so excited when this text came through about 11:30 at night, something like that. Thank goodness you did send me a message. Okay, Susan, over to you.
Okay, so here we go. So I saw Beverly Shank, one of the three key creators of Leyline High, getting into a taxi.
Get out of town.
Yeah, it was so exciting.
She's getting into a taxi.
She was getting into a taxi. It was
Maybe
like...
she was getting out of town.
Maybe she was. She probably was. And it was obviously pissing it down because it's Edinburgh Fringe. And it was pretty late at night. So, but I swear to God it was her. I don't think anyone else noticed. You know how busy it is. Like, it was around the Pleasance, which is a really busy venue. And but I know it was her. I saw her hat. You know, she always wears
that famous the 90s hat with the like a blossom hat. And but I said to you, I texted you back going, follow her, but you weren't able to. You weren't able to, which is fair enough because she just got in a car. But I was imagining you getting into a cab behind and going like, step on it, follow that cab in a really cool way.
Follow that hat.
Follow that hat.
Yeah, I know. It just happened so quickly, and I didn't even have time to like take a photo or anything. But yeah, I just like wonder why she was there. Do you know what I mean? Whether she was like
maybe she was scouting or something like that.
So
maybe
she was doing research.
So one of our goals with doing this podcast is to try, well, number one, to try and meet the show creators, and the stretch goal is to reunite them, right? To get them either in person or at least on a Zoom call together. Now, it's maybe a bit of a pipe dream because, as we know, the three show creators had quite a falling out way back, like in the mid-'80s was when it properly started to break down. And they live really far away from one another now. Like one of them's in the States, and so. But this is a sign. You saw her in Edinburgh. Maybe it's a sign that we should be doing this.
I think it's definitely a sign. That's how I took it. Yeah, 100%. This is like we're on the trail.
Yeah,
we're on the right track. And like as you say, Tom, she might have been talent scouting, or she might have been, because Edinburgh is quite a spooky place, so she might have been using it as like maybe she's going to write something that's set in Edinburgh.
Is it on a ley line?
Is it? It might be.
Surely.
It might be. It's a magical place, right?
Yeah, and there's like loads of ghosts in Edinburgh. For real.
Did you meet a couple of them?
I met a couple of ghosts, yeah.
Yeah? Flyering for their ghost shows?
Yeah, exactly. The white face paint. And
just grab onto the flyer. I know it's ethereal, but...
Slips out your grasp. But I actually genuinely did go on a ghost trail, like on a bus when I was at the front. Have you guys ever done that in Edinburgh?
I've done a walking one. I've not done a bus one. What happens on the bus one?
Probably the same. Like, you just go around on the bus. The person, the tour guide has the little microphone, says some sort of fun stuff, and then you get off every now and again, have a little walk around a park with some graves and stuff. Classic ghost stuff.
So you do get to walk as well. That's good. So
Yeah.
you're not just whizzing by the ghosts, because you would have no opportunity to spot them if you were doing that.
That's true. They go pretty fast, ghosts as well.
But yeah, no, do go on the ghost tour, listeners. And also, listeners, if you know why Beverly Shank was in Edinburgh, if you've got any insider knowledge, can you get in touch with us? We're leylinehigh.rewind@gmail.com, or get in touch via Bluesky or Instagram, because we want to get this going now. We want to reunite Terence B. Copeland, Jacqueline Jackie Jackson, and Beverly Shank. That's our goal. That's our stretch goal for this podcast.
For sure.
Stretch goals. We've got stretch goals now.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Leyline High Rewind was written, improvised and produced by us, Susan Harrison, Thomas Nelstrop and Gemma Arrowsmith. Editing and sound production by Thomas Nelstrop. Music by Mason St. Pellorth. Artwork by Tom Crowley. If you enjoyed the show, give us a review on iTunes, Spotify, Podchaser or wherever you get your podcasts. But more importantly, get in touch with us to share your memories of Leyline High, the show everyone remembers. You can email us or send us a voice note at leylinehighrewind@gmail.com. You can also get in touch via Bluesky at leylinehighrewind.bsky.social and find us on Instagram at Leyline High Rewind, or visit our website leylinehigh.com.